Hey everybody, it's William from Odd Garage. I'd like to show you guys my fleet. I've got over 10 vehicles, especially if you include dirt bikes and four-wheelers and motorcycles, stuff like that. Now, a lot of these cars that you'll see in the background are not mine, but I guess we'll get to it. Now, I recorded the videos of my cars before it started snowing, so we're about to get some better weather. This is my 1958 Chevy Viking. It's a 2.5 ton dump truck. It's got the original straight six in it, oil bath air cooler, everything original. Just old straight six. That was my gas can to get it home. Yeah, drove this thing home, bought it for 500 bucks, drove it home. Needs some love a little bit, you know. Needs some work on the brakes, and definitely could use a new seat. I've got a few spare engines and transmissions up here. This is my 2JZ out of my Lexus GS300. We've got a 1.6 liter Volkswagen diesel, an extra 22 RE and trans. In here, some of you may be able to tell, that is a 13B rotary engine. Spare 6-cylinder transmission for a Toyota pickup. If anybody wants that, let me know. I have no use for it anymore. And an axle for a V6 Toyota pickup. Yeah, if anybody wants that axle or that transmission, let me know. This one's my 1977 Chevy Camper Special 4-door 1-ton dually. I made the flatbed. It needs longer wood to finish decking it, but this one's got a blown up trans. It's a 6.2 diesel with a turbo 400 or something behind it. I need to I want to take that 6.2 out, the automatic out. I have a 24 valve Cummins and an NV50 600 6-speed to put in it. So that's my plan pretty much for this, is just make it into my tow rig. This is my 1977 Volkswagen Beetle. It was fuel injected, which is kind of weird. They didn't do that for very many years, but it's carbureted now. But this engine burns a little oil. Needs a new interior. I've got a roll cage in there that needs to be installed. It's kind of just in there. But I am planning on putting a 1.6 of Volkswagen diesel in this out of a Jetta, and the transaxle out of the Jetta, just kind of sitting sideways in there, and with the 5-speed Jetta trans. So eventually I'd like this to be my daily driver. With that diesel in it, I should get hopefully like 50 miles to the gallon. This is my 1977 Chevy P30, I believe. I think it's P. Anyway, it's a pretty big box truck. Got a Chevy 350 in it and turbo 400 trans. It's kind of weird because when you sit in the seat, you're not really centered with the steering wheel. But yeah, people ask me, what do I need a box truck for? Well, I don't, I guess, but it was cheap. And it's a mobile storage unit that I don't have to pay for again, so works for me. This is my 1981, I believe, Ford F-350 motorhome. Yeah, it's the only motorhome I've ever seen or driven in person besides a Toyota Dolphin that is a stick shift. I think that's pretty cool. This one is my 1981 Toyota pickup I just got not too long ago because my buddy rolled it. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this one yet. Part of me wants to just chop the top off and just mob it. And Part of me wants to find a new cab for it, and part of me wants to build a totally custom body for it. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'm sure I'm gonna get a whole bunch of comments. Oh, sell it to me cheap. Well, maybe. We'll see. Make me an offer. This is my 1981 Honda Magna. It seems like I have a lot of 81s and a lot of 77s. That's just kind of how it worked out, I guess. But Honda Magna 750. You know, nothing too special, but I got this bike basically from my second dad, and a little choke might help. Could use a valve adjustment, but she's cold. She don't want to rev up, but look at that red line. And she'll hit it too. This bad boy right here is my 1986 XR600R. It has a Baja Designs light kit on it, so it is street legal. And that's pretty cool. And I'm not sure what year this is. I think 83, something like that. CB650 custom. Yeah, that needs a little bit of work, but I've ridden it. And my 2000 Yamaha WR426. And that thing is a bad bitch. And then over here, this thing's seen some better days, but can't remember the year exactly on this one either, but it is one of the last years that they made the Honda 250R 2-stroke in air-cooled. I think that's like a 84, something like that. But it's got stretched swing arm, widened axle. I've been wanting to ride this bike for quite a few years, but up until recently, it wasn't mine, and the guy didn't want to do anything with it. So now I have bought a engine rebuild kit for it. I need to get her done and go rip it, but it should be fun. Here's my girlfriend's daily driver, 2006 Subaru Outback. It's been a good car for her. It's all-wheel drive. That's good here with it's pretty cold here, but soon the snow will start falling down here in the valley as well. My 88 Chevy 87 Chevy Scottsdale, because it was fuel injected, but it's still a square body, so that's 87. I need to put a new axle on this, and I'm going to do an engine swap, trans swap. I'm putting a 6.5 diesel in this one. This is going to be my girlfriend's ride, and yeah, might piss a few people off that my girlfriend drives a more badass truck than them, but guess we'll see, huh? This is my girlfriend's 1986 Porsche 944. We were at the parts store buying parts for my RX-7, and I saw a guy I knew, and he asked me if I wanted to buy his Porsche. And I told him I already had a sporty car. I didn't really need it, but my girlfriend wanted it, so we picked this up for $300. And it starts when you spray starting fluid in it. We just haven't really had the time to look into why it's not getting fuel. This is my 1989 Mazda RX-7 GTU. It's got a couple little dents in it, but you know, I can't complain for $500. When I bought it, the guy told me the engine was blown, and so I towed it home and did a couple tests on it. Found out it just wasn't getting fuel. So I replaced the fuel pump and the wiring to the fuel pump. And she's been a reliable daily driver, believe it or not, ever since. I don't daily drive it now that it's coming into winter time. My exterior door handle is broken, so I had to roll that window down prior to the video. Oh, and of course the battery's dead. Well, I guess you'll just have to trust me that she runs then. If you'd like to see a video of her ripping, let me know. She's pretty fun. It's my little parts store runner. 93 Toyota pickup. Hey, big kitty, how you doing? Custom bumper that I made. That's the first bumper I ever made, so it's not great, but I mean, I'd hate to be anybody who rear-ended me. This is my daily driver. You know, like almost 250,000 miles on it. Still running great. 5-speed, 22 RE. I'm the second owner of this truck. It has never been smoked in, and I'm pretty proud of that. But you know, it's seen some abuse. It's had some hard miles on it, but it just keeps going, and I love it. This is my 1994 Toyota pickup that I have put a 353 Detroit into. It's quite the monster. I had to do a solid axle swap to get the engine to fit between the frame. I had to dent the side of the frame in on the inside with a sledgehammer to get the starter to fit in there. I machined the bell housing that came on the Detroit engine so that it could fit a NV 4500 5-speed in it. Still parts everywhere, but let's see, what else did I do? I put Lock-Right lockers in it, front and rear. Got a custom-made rear driveline. I don't have a front driveline yet. I got this aluminum radiator. It's a 3-core Toyota radiator, but I had to cut the inlets and outlets off the radiator and put bigger ones on it. My buddy Darren helped me with that from Freedom Fab. It's a huge help. Honestly, I did most of the fabrication, and then he did the TIG welding. Pretty damn good, if you ask me. Still need to make an intake, and one problem I had is the pitman arm. See how it goes forward? Most of the time the pitman arm goes backwards, but this is a diesel, so it has a longer stroke, and I ended up having to swap the pitman arm to the front to going forward, and that made it so that when I turned my steering wheel to the right, my wheels turned to the left. And so I ended up having to find, I did some research, found out that Toyota FJ 60s and 80s, I think, had a reverse cut gear in the steering gearbox. So the pitman arm went forward on that stock. So got a gearbox out of a scrapyard from a FJ 80, I believe, and hooked it up, and it works great now. Well, there's my fleet. Hope you liked it. If you guys want to buy any of my vehicles, well, good luck, but you know, everything has a price. So if you got enough money, if you have any ideas on things you guys think I should do to my cars, then let me know. Doesn't mean I'm gonna do it, but they're still my cars, still my project. But you know, your input would be appreciated. And I guess have a good day. Please hit that like button, subscribe button, comment, and have a good day.